Very good evening everyone. So I hope you are well. Home. So when we take the other section, previous classes we discussed what is a chemical reaction, how to write a chemical formula, how to balance the chemical equation, and some examples. And also I gave some 4 or 5 examples for balancing the chemical equation. So please try to balance the chemical equations and make a comment. So later I will check and give the answers. Then today we are going to discuss types of chemical reactions. So various examples to be discussed. Whatever the example is a chemical reactions. The first one, the topic chemical combination. Chemical combination. So you understand that combination is by combining together what happens. Then chemical decomposition, chemical displacement, chemical double displacement, oxidation and reduction. So these are the 5 types of chemical reactions are there in our chart. So chemical combination, chemical decomposition. So chemical decomposition again has 3 types. One is thermal decomposition, electrolytic decomposition, photolytic decomposition or photochemical decomposition. So in case of thermal decomposition, if the reaction taking place in the presence of heat is called as thermal decomposition. So if the reaction taking place because of electricity, we can call electrolytic decomposition. If the reaction taking place in the presence of sunlight is a photochemical decomposition or photochemical or photolytic decomposition or photochemical decomposition. Then chemical displacement, you have an idea about displacement reaction which is learned in class 8th. Then chemical double displacement, then oxidation and reduction. So these are the 5 types of chemical reactions. So let us discuss one by one with examples. The first one, the first chemical reaction is chemical combination. So in a chemical combination means for doing a combination at least we require 2 substances. So if the 2 or more atoms or the elements or the substances are combined together and forms only one product is called as chemical combination. Let us try to understand the chemical combination. So the first type of reaction is chemical combination. In a chemical combination, 2 or more elements are the atoms. 2 or more elements are atoms or molecules. 2 or more elements or atoms or the molecules combined and gives only one new substance or a product. Such type of chemical reaction is called as chemical combination. For example, let us take this simple example. Hydrogen combined with oxygen, hydrogen combined with oxygen, it gives a molecule water. So when you write this, hydrogen plus oxygen gives rise to H2O. So already you know that, and observe that is it balanced chemical equation or not. Two hydrogens, okay. So reactant sides and the product sides, number of hydrogens are same, but coming to the oxygen, two oxygens in the reactant side, only one oxygen in product side. So multiply this with 2. Then 2 into 1, 2 oxygen atoms, but the product side 2 into 2 into 4 hydrogen atoms, but here only 2. So write 2. Then make the chemical equation more informative by mentioning or by representing their physical state. Hydrogen, as we know, gas, oxygen also liquid gas, and water is a liquid. Then example 1. Then coming to example 2, carbon plus oxygen. Carbon plus oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide. Carbon plus oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide. So this is also example for chemical combination. So as we know, carbon is a solid and this is a gas and this is also a gas. Then if you take the one more example, for example, sodium react with chlorine. So it gives sodium chloride. So chlorine Cl. So sodium is a solid and it is a gas and it is also solid. And observe that in the balanced chemical equation are so reactant side 2 chlorine atoms are there, but product side only 1. So multiply this 2 NaCl. So chlorine is 2 and 2 chlorines both side, the product side and the reactant side both are same. Then coming to the sodium, 2 sodium atoms in the product side and only 1. So we have to write 2. So now 2 NaCl2. So 2 NaCl. So observe these examples. How many atoms are the substances or molecules are involved in the reaction? Only 2. So the first example, hydrogen and oxygen. Second example, carbon and oxygen. Third example, sodium and chlorine. Then hydrogen and oxygen combine together and form only one new substance, 2H2O. Then carbon and oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide. It mentioned carbon dioxide is a gas. Then sodium and chlorine combine together and form the sodium chloride. So 2 or more elements or the atoms are combined together and forms a new, only one new product. So such type of reactions are called as chemical combination. Such type of reactions are called as chemical combination. Right? So here it is a gas and here it is a gas is a liquid. So new product with new properties are formed. So the properties of the product is different from the properties of reactants. A new substrate with new product, new properties are formed in a chemical reaction or a chemical change. So for in case of chemical combination, as we discussed earlier, so some of the chemical reaction taking place in the presence of heat. Sometimes the heat is liberated from the reaction. Sometimes it takes heat for taking a reaction. So in a chemical combination, one of the chemical reaction between the quicklime and water is example for exothermic reaction. In this reaction, some amount of heat energy is liberated. So let us understand exothermic reaction. So I hope understand this chemical. So I hope you understand this chemical combination. So let us understand exothermic reaction. one of the important one, exothermic reaction. In any chemical reaction, if heat energy is liberated, if any chemical reaction, if some amount of heat energy is liberated, such reactions are called exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions. So here let us take one example for understanding exothermic reaction. So slaked lime. So calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. So which is generally called as quicklime. It is generally called as quicklime. In Telugu it is called as Podusumma. Then, if it is combined with water, if the quicklime or the calcium oxide, the quicklime or the calcium oxide is dissolves in water, if it is added into the water, it gives only one new product. It is called as calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. It is a calcium hydroxide. This is called as slaked lime. It is called as slaked lime. And also heat energy liberated. Sometimes to know the heat energy liberated or not, you can represent with the Q, or simply you can write energy. Observe this reaction. How many molecules? Two molecules. One is calcium oxide and another one is the water. Two molecules are combined together and forms only one new product. The new product is a calcium hydroxide. So observe that, is it a balanced chemical equation or not? So reactant side calcium is 1 and product side also calcium is 1. Oxygen is 1 plus 1 2. Here these two represent regarding to the OH molecule. So 2 into 1 2, okay. Then hydrogens are 2. So this is a balanced chemical equation. Represent their states as usual. So calcium oxide is a solid and it is a liquid, and finally it is a aqueous solution. AQ. You can represent with aqueous solution. So if this slaked lime or the calcium hydroxide is applied on the walls for whitewashing, so this calcium hydroxide combined with the atmospheric carbon dioxide. So it is calcium hydroxide combined with the atmospheric carbon dioxide and forms calcium carbonate. Which is called as limestone. So a white layer is formed, milky white layer is formed on walls, which is up a very bright surface. So that is nothing but calcium carbonate. So in this reaction also, two substances are combined together and forms only one substance. So this is also example for chemical combination. So exothermic reaction means in any chemical reaction, if some amount of heat energy is released, such reactions are called as exothermic reaction. In a chemical reaction, if heat is released, if heat energy is released, such reactions are called as exothermic reaction. So if you take one more example, any other example including a chemical reaction produces heat energy or not. So once think that zinc react with the hydrochloric acid. Zinc react with the hydrochloric acid. So when zinc combined with the dilute hydrochloric acid gives rise to zinc chloride plus hydrogen. So before that, let us check is it the balanced chemical equation or not. So calcium. So here the calcium one 2 into 1 2 to 4 oxygens are there. Yes, 2 oxygen, right? 4 2 plus 2 4 oxygens are there. Then carbon 1. Then sorry. This is not a chemical combination. Along with water also formed. Sorry for that. So let us discuss about this. Sorry, this is not a chemical combination. This is not a chemical combination. That reaction water also formed. So if zinc combined with hydrochloric acid, it forms zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Zinc chloride plus hydrogen. So balance the chemical equation or not. Now it is a balanced chemical equation. Zinc is a solid. So it is a aqueous solution. It is mixed with dilute of water. So it is liquid and it is a gas. See, observe that in this reaction, did not think about the products, how many products are formed. Here, if you take dilute sulfur hydrochloric acid in a test tube and we drop small piece of zinc, so during the reaction, when you touch the walls of the container, you touch the walls of the beaker or the test tube, when you touch the bottom of the test tube, you can feel some hot, you can feel some warm. Means in this reaction, some amount of heat energy is liberated. Amount of heat energy liberated. Such reactions are called as the exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. There are another chemical reactions are there or not, we will check. During a chemical reaction, if heat energy is liberated or not. Then this copper plus carbon react with oxygen forms carbon dioxide. In this also heat energy released. So it is also one of the examples for exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. A solution of straight line produced in the equation is calcium hydroxide combined with carbon dioxide. So used to whitewash the calcium hydroxide aqueous solution used to whitewash the walls. Calcium hydroxide combines slowly react with the carbon dioxide and forms a thin layer of calcium carbonate. A white layer is formed. Right. So this is about a chemical combination. This is about the chemical combination. So two or more elements or the atoms or the molecules combined gives only one new substance or the product. So examples: hydrogen plus oxygen, water; carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide; sodium and chlorine, sodium chloride; calcium oxide, water forms calcium hydroxide. In this chemical reaction, some amount of heat energy liberate. So such reactions are called as chemical combination. Chemical combination. So this is about the first chemical reaction is a chemical combination. Right. Let us take more examples. Some examples already we have discussed. Right. So these are some examples and some other examples for understanding this chemical combination. Chemical combination is if hydrogen combined with chlorine forms hydrogen chloride or the hydrochloric acid Similarly, if magnesium combined with oxygen, it gives us magnesium oxide, also example for chemical combination. Chemical combination. Right? So these all are the examples. Some other. So finally, two or more elements at the atoms of molecules combined gives wholly one substance or product. Such reactions are called as chemical combination, and these are the examples. In some chemical reaction, sometimes some amount of heat energy liberated. Such reactions are called as exothermic reactions. Right. So this is about the chemical combination.